Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Jesse Jackson III. I'm the best-selling author and facilitator of the legendary Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series. So proud of it, man. We're going to crack 100,000 people that have been in this training. We still have many of the schools that start with the Don't Kick 'Em Out. They keep it as a part of their behavior refresher, their behavior growth and development for their staff, learning how to deal with difficult behaviors, having the right approach, having the right policies and the right practices long term. We will never lose. We will never lose by having the right approach, the right policy, and the right practice. The things for folks who have not familiar with me, I don't know how you couldn't be, but for folks that have not been in our program, have not used our program, it's going to show lower suspensions, and it's going to be by organics, meaning it's going to improve the student-teacher relationship. It's not going to be one of those where we just stop suspending kids just to stop doing it, and we have horrible behavior still on campus, kids still there doing the same thing. No, it changes it. It improves the dynamic, right? More positive staff, co-worker relationships. We found out that schools that struggle with behavior often struggle with co-workers getting along. Very common, and it increases production. So once the culture gets right, culture is what we believe and how we behave. Once that gets right, man, we could take off. Over the next 3 years, I've been very consistent and adamant over this time. The challenges are going to be having leadership continue to grow and develop. We need training on this topic. This is not something that that we can just think like, okay, well, I was a teacher, I understand behavior X, Y, and Z. No, there needs to be some expertise on this. For example, another area that needs expertise is like with security. I mean, we need to work with people who do security. Work with people in law enforcement who understand security, and you got to let them do what they're supposed to do. When we try, so when you're dealing with science matters, you need science experts, and this is what we have to do. You have to, with behavior, you have to deal with not behavior specialists that you hire. I spent my energy and time in a juvenile facility rehabilitating behavior. Okay. So I understand to the core. Because, see, we couldn't make a mistake. If we send the kid back to the judge and say this kid's ready to go back to the community, they go out there and commit another felony, they tracking that paperwork back to the name of the person who was the therapist, who was the person who signed off. And I'm telling you, them judges don't want to hear no excuses. Those families that get hurt by a kid that was in your facility that you signed off on, they don't want to hear it. So this is something we've got to get right. You can no longer just hope it works out. So we're focusing this year, 2023, 22, 23, on behavior, reducing the violence, getting the behavior straight. So the thing is, in our Student Behavior Institute, the thing that most of our districts are doing this year is very simple. They're getting to it early, right? So we're right here at the end of the school year, but this summer is going to be full. People are taking 2 to 3 days. They're coming in, sitting down for behavior institutes. Why? And the first thing they're doing, so if you're a district, you've got to get your principals together. We got to look at this again. It's not working. It's not safe. It's not prudent. You've got to bring your management back in. Now, here's the deal. After you sat down with the world's expert on this topic and you decide what you want to do, because I've seen people do it, man. They just are so inundated with enablement, and these are just kids. Now, once again, we got violent incidents everywhere. We got 40% of our staff that's leaving. And we're like, well, our kids, and they're just kids. No, what I am telling you, and I have consistently delivered to us since I wrote College or Prison in 2008, I said that the mismanagement of behavior will develop felon culture. See, I know what I'm looking at. See, that's what I'm around. So I know what I'm looking at. We're out here being educational lollipoppers, but we're out here developing felon conduct and what is felon conduct? That's when somebody knows there is no consequence for their action. You're developing felonious behavior. There will be no penalty. So why should I stop? Now ask yourself, how many schools do you know are falling in that category? This isn't opinion, people. If you don't get it, I understand. This is not for you. But this is a serious matter. And if you're one of those schools that is in a very serious space, You know you need help. You cannot go through another year like you went through. It will this year. It will not get better next year. I don't know where you're getting that from. They're not going to get healed by 8 weeks off in the summer. Traumas go up in the summer. So that means you're going to come back worse. The 9 pillars of the post-COVID school discipline. This is what we train on. Number 1, effective behavior policies. This is why I'm asking all principals come in the summer. All principals come in the summer. Get your leadership teams, SOOPs, get your leadership teams in. Get on my calendar. Call us, man. This has to happen. We got to have this stuff together before we go back. Program structure. How do you structure a program so you eliminate the behavior through structure? Structure. That's how your program is organized. Like, for example, I was at a school yesterday that during dismissal, they dismissed by classes and bus. They did not let everybody leave at the same time. Why? The year before, they had a fight, problem, and chaos. Stopped it through structure. Dismissed in intervals. And what they found out was a lot of the foolishness that was occurring after stopped due to structure. Program structure. Teamwork, getting adults to pull in the same direction. Consistency is not a cuss word. Communication is not profanity. Clear boundaries, which is some of the hardest things for a lot of us to do. Mandatory confrontation, and building staff confidence and increasing the rapport with students. This is the basis of our entire program. Guys, that solves your behavior problem. Everything else you're doing, you're rolling dice. This taught properly, this understood, will stop your behavior issues. If you know that's what you need, you know that's what you want. We have a summer to get to it. We have a fall to get to it. We have some schools that need to be supported the entire year. This year, I'm going about things differently. I'm bringing my numbers down. I want to commit more to larger companies, which I have seen. Individual companies, individual schools, I don't do as much anymore because I have districts that are adopting our program coming with us. And so that means they're taking my time because we're committed. You know, you have 40, 50 schools in one, 30 in another, 27 in another, and one large company's coming in with over 72 schools right now. So I'm busy, very committed. But right now is the time where, hey, one thing that anybody that's worked with me will tell you, if you ever call me and say you need my help, if you ever call me and you're very clear about what your mission is and what you need to have happen, and you want to partner with me 100% of the time, we made a way to make it work. This is business, people. It's just business. So money and fees, that's the business part of it. But money has never kept me from working with somebody who was serious and wanted help. So we work with people with large budgets, small budgets, middle budgets, but a budget. The money does not stop the business. If you need help and you know you need help and you're serious, because I don't have time. If you're serious and you're making an inquiry and you know we can help you because I want to, call us today, email us today. Let's get together. Let's work a deal out. And let's get out there and get you the knowledge and understanding and the tools you need to conquer this issue of behavior. We can no longer afford to have behavior run our campuses. The only way we can achieve our teaching and learning goals is to get the behavior of adults and students under control. If you need help, you call me. I'm looking forward to working with you soon. I'll see you in class.